There's a great comedy opening this weekend called Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass. And please do not judge it by the trailer. It's the new film from David Wayne, who did Wet Hot American Summer, and They Came Together. And the trailer doesn't really do it justice. And having now seen the film and watched the trailer, it highlights that studios have a real difficulty, especially these days, marketing comedies. Now, when you look at this trailer, it kind of looks run of the mill, and it doesn't really highlight how strange and weird the comedy gets, which I love. And if you're a fan of Wet Hot American Summer and They Came Together, you will like this film as well. But aside from saying from the director of and naming those films, the trailer doesn't really convey that. And it feels like one of the reasons that horror is having a bit of an upswing lately is because it's a lot easier to make a good horror movie trailer, because horror is inherently about hiding the ball. It's about what's behind the corner. It lures you in. Whereas comedy has to be about payoff. You have to tell people jokes. But if the comedy is more of a vibe and it's more about getting you in the rhythm of the overall piece, that's a little harder to sell. Now, obviously, there have been hit comedies in the past and people had to cut trailers to them. So it's not like this is impossible. But it is a bit baffling that Sony Pictures Classics, who bought the film out of Sundance, didn't seem to really have much of a plan for how to market it beyond, let's drop it in the summer. Let's put it out and see what happens. And I don't think it's really going to find an audience unless it becomes some word of mouth hit. And that's going to be very difficult with The Odyssey coming out the following weekend. And I think the film will eventually find viewers when it goes to Netflix, since Sony and Netflix have a licensing agreement. But beyond that, watching this trailer, I got a little sad, even though I was laughing a lot, because I wanted to share that experience when I was watching the screener with a room full of people. And unfortunately, I don't know if that's ever really going to happen unless it gets that cult status and then years later they show it. So next month, there's going to be an anniversary screening of Wet Hot American Summer, and I'm pretty sure those screenings will be filled with people. And it's just a shame that Gail Daughtry can't have that in this moment. Now, I could be wrong, and maybe the film is a huge hit. I hope so. But it does highlight the need that studios have to do better when they're marketing their comedies.